What's up, recappers? Hey y'all, I am so excited about this particular video because I have got so much to recap with y'all, and I'm gonna try my best to not screw it up so I don't have to start all over again. First off, I know I said that I was gonna be uploading on, I think I said the second and the fourth Sunday. But you know what? Why am I pigeonholing myself? That's the whole point of apps recaps, is to not pigeonhole myself to something. I am actually trying to make sure I do what I want to do, right? So, hey, let's just chunk the rules out the door. Well, except for the podcast. That I'm going to have to stick to a bi-weekly thing because it's a lot. Now, that being said, let's get to it. So today is Friday, May the 30th. And as of yesterday, I finally walked out of my school for the last time as the teacher of record over there. Many of you know they did not renew my contract. No, it was not because it was a horrible teacher. So don't be coming for me in the comments. It was because, y'all, I was 20 points shy. So I didn't get to pass my my test, and since I didn't get to pass my test, the district that I was working for was like, no, we're not gonna, wait out that amount of time to allow you to retest. So they decided not to renew my contract. They actually wanted me to resign, but who doing that? Not I. So I was like, nope, I'm not resigning. I am still actively trying to, achieve my certification. I really think, hey, y'all can work with me on this. They didn't even give me the option to be the long-term sub on my campus, which we have, by the way. And, they could have given me that. I could have been the long-term sub on my campus, stayed in that position, and continued to teach the English class for 7th and 8th grade until I got my certification done. But they chose not to, so oopsie. But you know what, y'all? It is so true what they say. When God closes a door, he will open up a bay window, some fridge doors, the picture window glass will break out. Baby, he'll give you keys to a whole new building. All right, let me tell y'all how great it was. So, I walked out on Wednesday. I walked out of my classroom, going down to the lounge. And our school actually has this group of wonderful, wonderful ladies who come by. They adopted our school, because we have a small campus. And they usually bring us little sweet treats and things just to let us know we're appreciated. And I'm going to so miss that. But there's one of the ladies there who kind of sort of took a particular interest in me, and one of the other people on campus is like, she really does take an interest in you, and she was very, very interested to learn more about the information that I provided when I did my grant proposal at the beginning of the school year, because I won a grant from my district. Of course, I never received my items from said grant. Stayed in the office, because I won a grant, and the purchases came from two separate places, right? One of the places, which was Lakeshore, which is a learning store over in Webster by Baybrook Mall. The things I ordered from them came in, okay? However, the things that I ordered from Amazon, according to them, because it was a big old Amazon order, and if they were only sending a few things at a time, that's what they said. They being the ladies in the office, okay? The stuff in Lakeshore came in months ago, okay? It's been sitting in the office for like about maybe 3 good months at least. They wouldn't give me that stuff because they said they had to wait until the stuff from Amazon got there. Okay, baby, last day of school was last week on Friday. They still didn't get it. Mighty funny. Mine was the only stuff that did not come, as far as I know. I could be wrong. Perhaps someone else didn't get their stuff yet. I don't know. But I know mine never came. So anyways, get off subject because y'all know I like to ramble. But anywho, let me go and get back to it. But one of the ladies there, she was so sweet, and she was, like, hey, I hope you have a great summer, and, excited to see you back next year. And I was like, oh no, I won't be back next year. Sorry. I'm gonna miss you guys. And she was like, wait, what? Why? And then I told her about the whole fiasco of me missing the test by 20 points, and they didn't renew my contract. So, guys, let me tell you, she pulled out a card and she told me she has her own business, and she's like, if you want some part-time work, I would love to have you. And I was like, yes, ma'am. I'm thinking, oh my God, this is a blessing. So then she told me a little bit about it, and I'm like, okay, I need a week because I've moved all of my stuff from my classroom to my house. I've not really had a chance to go through it. I really need that. She's like, no problem. Take that week. Call me right after. I want to get you in. Hallelujah. Well, unbeknownst to me, a very good friend of mine was literally at an interview somewhere else. And I walked down and I saw my phone, and she had sent me a message. She's like, hey, I gave her your number. I'm thinking she probably gave her my number as a reference, yada, yada, yada. But she said something, but they were looking for this, such a position. And it was it's a group home, and everybody knows me, knows my background is criminal justice. I've been a CPS investigator, and of course I've been a teacher. I did my internship at the juvenile probation office, so I've worked with kids for forever. Now, the next thing I knew, after I had gone, did a few things, ran around, waited around for time to leave, we were leaving. I saw my phone because my phone has it set up. My daughter, love her, she set my phone up to where calls that are not saved, they don't come through, or they're not supposed to come through. Some people have to text. They'll text me. She sent me a text, hi, this is so-and-so, could you please give me a call ASAP? Sure. Gave her a call. She told me, oh, your friend, she mentioned you, yada, 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 blah, blah, woo. Would you mind please coming in and taking me to the facility today? And I'm like, oh, I can't come today. I'm just leaving work, and I've got many things to do. I've got to go take a car somewhere and get something done. But I can do it tomorrow. And she was like, but I'm not supposed to be there tomorrow because I'm doing something, and she's the owner of the facility. However, she goes, but you know what? I'm going to make it a point to be there. Yes, let's meet tomorrow. Tomorrow came, which was yesterday. I had gone, y'all, I got off of work, drove all the way over there. Took me an hour and 15 minutes from the job to get there, okay? Keep that in mind. I want y'all to remember that. Hour and 15 minutes from the job. Got there, saw the place, fell in love with the place, the little residents. There's only 3 of them. They're so cute and adorable. Young ladies, just beautiful young ladies. She's a wonderful person. I really, really liked it. We talked. Y'all, do y'all know that when I made mention, because she asked me about, why would I be returning to my school next year, told her about what happened, and she said, and I said, but, there's a job fair in June, I'm going to be going to that. And she goes, unless, of course, you might want to, stay on here and just work in the ranks and move up and possibly do administrative work. I was like, okay. So I'm thinking to myself, wait, she said stay here. Does that mean she giving me a job? Y'all, I left there. Bam! New hire paperwork in hand, y'all. That is how my God works. That's how my God works. Baby, I'm going to tell y'all, here is the crazy. This was the very first time in all the years that I have been teaching, either as a long-term sub or whatever, first time that I've ever been teaching where when the school year came to an end, I did not say, oh my God, what am I going to do? I'm telling y'all, when this year came to an end and I knew I was not going to have a job to go to, I was not worried. I had no worries. And it was like, okay, so my sister-in-law's sister, who I literally have deemed one of my other sisters, she literally was like, it is the peace that surpasses all understanding. You were already at peace because your faith has already let you know God was not going to let you down. And I'm telling y'all, I wasn't worried. Everybody was kind of like, oh my God, what are you going to do? I'm like, I don't know. I just know I'm not going to worry. I ain't going to worry about it because I know God's going to take care of me. I know He going to take care of me. I have struggled enough. I've been on the struggle bus long enough. I was like, y'all, do you realize I am almost 50 years old and I don't have shit to show for it? Sorry, you too. But that's how I felt. That's how I feel. And I was like, some reason I feel like this is about to be it for me. I am walking into my season. I've said that before, but this time it feels a little different with me wanting to start a new business. And I started, when I started my other business, when I started my old business, Michael Wayne Enterprises, it was a party and event planning business. I loved it. I enjoyed it. But I'll be honest with y'all, working where you have to do things for people like that, it's hard. It's hard because people are mean and they're cheap and they don't want to do right. And then it be your own people that really don't want to do you right. So that's the kicker. But turning my business into apps recaps, where all I need to do is give you the gift of gab. I got that. I'm going to put up the online store and I'm going to be making the stuff. Somebody's going to want it. If you don't want it, it's okay, because somebody going to want it. Because I have already been told I will achieve the dream that I had many, many moons ago. And the craziest thing is it came out of my mouth again as recently as yesterday. I was standing at the school and I was talking to our counselor and I told her, I used to say all the time, by the time I'm 55, I'm going to be a millionaire. I'm going to be the first realistic female black Victor Newman. And I was like, because if y'all remember Victor Newman from The Young and the Restless, baby, Newman Enterprises has its hand in everything. It is a conglomerate. Victor Newman's company owns some of everything. And I don't need to own some of everything, but everything I own is going to work for me. I am going to be able to, I'm going to work hard right now, but baby, let me tell you, in a hot minute, I'll be able to work smarter, not harder, because I'm working smarter right now. I ain't lying to you. I'm working smarter right now. Therefore, I'll be able to work smarter and not harder continuously. And I'm going to continue to do what I need to do. And I'm going to continue to keep my faith. I'm going to continue to let Him guide me. I'm going to continue to let Him lead the way. Now, y'all want to know why I'm all cute? Let me tell you why I'm cute. So, I have a teacher group. These are my girlfriends. These are my girls. We are going to go to Kima Boardwalk. And we're going to go and have lunch. For some of them, this is their last day. Actually, it's the last day of school for them. They made them kids go to school look through the day. What's wrong with them people? So we're going to go have the gift of gab, have some enjoyable time. Yay! And I will be posting some pics on Facebook. But you know what? Sidebar conversations. So let me tell y'all what I really want to discuss. Do y'all remember Debbie Morgan? Debbie Morgan, she is the black actress. This woman, y'all, I hope to high heaven. I know I don't have a whole lot of followers right now, but I swear before God in heaven, I pray somehow or another it could get enough shares to where it could reach her. Because I've always loved Debbie Morgan. So I have dimples, okay? And Debbie Morgan has dimples. Back in the Gap, Debbie Morgan played on a soap opera called All My Children. She was Angie Hubbard, married to that fine Jesse. Woo! Baby, until Vanessa Calloway come in there as Yvonne trying to steal her man. But we ain't gonna talk about that. Let me tell y'all about Angie. And it was funny because when I was little, some of my family, they used to call me Angie because of the dimples. And it was so funny. And I remember that vividly. They would always call me Angie because of the dimples. But y'all, so what made me think about her was this morning, a rerun of one of my favorite shows, which is Charmed, was on. And it was one of the episodes with her in it. And, sorry, I got this thing on Do Not Disturb, but calls are coming in anyway. I don't know why. And so I was looking at it, and then I saw a clip of this new show that she is in. I have not watched it yet. I said, damn, do you realize the only thing that lets me know this woman is aged is the fact that her hair is gray? And baby, black just don't crack, doggone it. It don't crack it out. That woman looks amazing. Oh my God, she is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, just totally beautiful. Totally beautiful. Okay? So I'm just telling y'all, if y'all have never seen her, I'm gonna need y'all to go and Google, because when I learned how to do the whole editing thing, which I'll be working on now that I'm off and I got a little bit of time before I start my new jobs, and I can start putting pictures here. You know, I have a picture right here. But, you know, Debbie Morgan is a beautiful, beautiful. And if y'all ever saw Lifetime, like it was Merry Little Christmas, Merry Little Christmas Wedding, Merry Little Baby or Christmas Baby or something like that, with Kelly Rowland in it. She plays Kelly Rowland's mama. Yes, baby. Yes, boo. When I tell you, Debbie Morgan is my girl. I love me some Miss Debbie. I have liked her since I was a little girl. I have always thought she was wonderful. And then, of course, later on, she became, you know, Angie Hubbard Cuddy, because she married Tom Cuddy, Dr. Tom Cuddy, who was actually Brooke English's ex-husband. And then, of course, Sky tried to steal him from her. It was a whole bunch of stuff, y'all. One of these days, I'm gonna have to do a whole video about some of these soap operas, because baby, I was a soap opera fanatic back in the Gap. Now, who was one of my real heartthrobs? Mr. Maurice Bernard. Woo, Lord, I love him, y'all. I love Maurice Bernard. He played Sonny Corinthos on General Hospital. Prior to that, baby, he was Nico Kelly on All My Children. Thank you ever so very much. Y'all, let me tell you, he actually played Desi Arnaz in the movie, the TV, made-for-TV movie version of Lucy and Desi. But I'm gonna tell y'all, oh my God, I love Maurice Bernard. He's no longer on the show. I think he's finally retired. But I watch him. I watch his episodes, his TikToks, not TikToks, but his Instagram. He is enjoying being a papa. He's a grandpa, and you know, he brings so much awareness for mental health. You know, which is one of the reasons why he enjoyed playing Sonny. You know, he is, y'all, I think, you know, I tell everybody, you know, Italian's my favorite food. You know, I think, hey, I don't, look, that is a fine Italian man. I ain't gonna lie. Woo! Good looking. That man is fine. So, Maurice Bernard, if you happen to see this, yes, I am one of your biggest fans. Love you. But anywho, so y'all need to go look him up too if you've never seen him. If you've never seen who he is, who he was. Now, I will tell y'all, here is my one big thing. I absolutely love, I guess I love the bad boys on the show. You know, because I love how Jason Quartermain became Jason Morgan. You know, that's also Steve. Steve, you are my boy. He plays Jason. He's just absolutely wonderful. You know, I'm serious. I was a soap opera fanatic, and when my father was alive, Young and the Restless was his show. He watched General Hospital way back in the Gap, but Young and the Restless was his show up until he left in 2007 when my father closed his eyes. Young and the Restless was his show, y'all. That was his thing. Now, I will say, but getting back on Miss Debbie Morgan, y'all, I don't know how old Debbie Morgan is right now. I need to really Google that out and find out. Because sister look like she is like still in her 30s. And I know she ain't. She look like she's still, maybe she look like she's probably about 45. Okay, we'll give her 45. Because baby, but I'm going to tell you, she ain't. She just ain't. I know she ain't. I know she ain't. She can't be. Because, oh my God, you know, Angie was married to Jesse and had Frankie when I was like 10. So, oh, come on. Okay? I'm just saying. But at any rate, I am nearing my destination, and my mother keeps calling my phone. So, oh my God, let me check to see what's going on with her. I have now been recording for like 21 minutes, y'all. And I'm proud of myself because I didn't really mess up enough to where I had to say, oh my God, I'm going to have to re-record this video. I didn't want to have to do that. I didn't want to have to stop and re-record. That's the one thing about not knowing how to edit, because you have to like record and upload a whole video, and it's really, really crazy. So it's like, oh, I want to do that, don't want to do that. So, but at any rate, recappers, I hope y'all enjoyed this. I'm sorry I didn't do like a little makeup get ready with me, but right now my house is all tore up because I just brought stuff from my classroom, and until I get my little area straightened up, oh no, like Teddy Riley said, we will not be videoing that. I'm gonna go back to videoing. I will be videoing in my work area, sort of, so y'all can see the progress and things like that, how things have been moved around. But I have to do that, you know. So, all right. But on that note, I'm going to time out. So, I love you, recappers. Have a great one.